Hey, good morning, folks. It's Daryl here from Doorstep Dairy. It's Friday morning. It's August 18th, 2017, and I don't do a whole lot of video. Maybe I should do more, but I've been thinking about some of the things that are going on in our world right now. You scroll through social media, and everybody's talking about it, and there's uncertainty, and there's anticipation, and maybe some anxiety, and everybody wants to see what's going on, what's going to happen. Anyway, so I find myself, I feel like I find myself reading a lot of books, and because I have 5 young kids, the books tend to be kids' books, bottom line. And we get a lot of books given to us. So we have some old books, some new books. And this week I came across an older book that I thought really spoke to the things that are going on, some of the things that are going on in our world right now. So again, it's August 18th, it's 2017. If you're watching this, say a year from now or longer, you might want to pause the video and think back, see if you can remember what was going on in our world, what people were talking about, and yeah, just that might be interesting. So anyway, I mentioned a book, and this is story time with the milkman. All right, so let me shift around here so you can see the pictures, because there's a lot of pictures. All right. This book is called Someone is Eating the Sun. And it is by Ruth A. Sonborn. And this book was copyrighted in 1974. All right, here we go. Can you see okay? All right. One day, Hen was pecking around, picking up corn, when it began to grow darker. That's strange, said Hen. There's not a cloud in the sky. Why is it getting darker? When she looked up, she saw something stranger still. A bite-sized piece of the sun was missing. Goodness gracious, cried Hen. Someone has taken a bite out of the sun. I must go and tell Rooster. And off she went, feathers flying, with a flippity-flap and a flutter. Rooster was standing on a fence, crowing as loud as he could. Rooster! Rooster! Called Hen. Something terrible is going on. Don't bother me about it, said Rooster. Can't you see I'm practicing? If I stop to talk to everyone who comes by, I'll never be ready for tomorrow's sunrise. Well, you can stop practicing right now, said Hen. There isn't going to be a sunrise tomorrow. Look up there. Cock-a-doodle-doo, crowed Rooster. What's happening to the sun? Someone is eating it, said Hen. We must go warn Duck. And off they went, legs scurrying, feathers flying, with a flippity-flap and a flutter. Duck was swimming in the pond. Duck, Duck, said Hen. Something dreadful is going on. Don't bother me now, said Duck. Can't you see I'm busy swimming? This is the only way I can keep cool on a hot day. Well, you can stop worrying about keeping cool, said Hen. This isn't going to be a hot day. Look up there. Quack, quack, squawked Duck. What's happening to the sun? Someone is eating it, said Hen. We must go warn Pig. And off they went, wings beating, legs scurrying, feathers flying, with a flippity-flap and a flutter. Pig was lounging in the mud. "Pig! Pig!" said Hen. "Something horrible is going on." "Don't tell me any bad news," said Pig. "Can't you see I'm trying to calm my nerves?" Nothing is better for the nerves than lounging in the mud when the sun is beating down. "Well, you can stop lounging in the mud," said Hen. "The sun's not beating down any more. Look up at the sky." "Eat!" squealed Pig. "What's happening to the sun?" "Someone is eating it," said Hen. "We must go warn Goat." And off they went, feet pounding, wings beating, legs scurrying, feathers flying, with a flippity flap and a flutter. Goat was munching grass at the top of a hill. "Goat! Goat!" cried Hen. "Someone is eating the sun." "What do I care as long as no one is eating my grass?" said Goat. "This is the best grass I've ever tasted." "You mean you don't care if there's no sun?" asked Pig. "No sun?" said Goat. "That's the silliest thing I've ever heard." "Look for yourself," said Hen. "Blah!" bleated Goat. "The sun's half gone. That's the worst thing I've ever seen." "Blah, blah!" As soon as Goat began to bleat, Pig began to squeal, Duck began to squawk, Rooster began to crow, and Hen began to cluck. There was a dreadful racket. "What are we going to do?" they cried. "What are we going to do?" "Why don't you keep quiet and watch the eclipse?" said a voice nearby. Everyone turned around. There was Turtle looking down at them. "Surely you don't want to miss the eclipse," said Turtle. "It doesn't happen very often, you know. Only once in a great, great while does the moon come between us and the sun. And just think, it's happening now." The animals stared at Turtle in amazement. Then everyone looked up at the sky, just as a slice of the sun was left. As they watched, the sky got darker and darker. The slice of sun grew smaller and smaller until it disappeared. There in front of the sun was a black silhouette of the moon. The moon had come exactly between the earth and the sun. All around the farm, everything was dark and still. They were standing in the shadow of the moon. Just as they were thinking that the sun was gone forever, a piece of it appeared. While they stood watching, the piece grew bigger and bigger. The sky got lighter and lighter. The moon was moving on. The sun was still there. "Hooray for the sun!" cried Goat and Pig and Duck and Rooster, jumping up and down. "Hooray for the great, big, wonderful sun!" "My goodness," said Hen. "No one ate it after all." Off they went. Goat back to eating his grass. Pig back to lounging in the mud. Duck back to swimming in the pond. Rooster back to crowing on the fence. And Hen back to pecking around, picking up corn with a flippity flap and a flutter.